Good evening everyone, Best for the Goats here, and now that they've been officially released, I'm going to be showcasing to you guys today the new Goblin Rider cards. So yeah, the first one, this has been my favourite decks to play the last couple of years. It's pretty much like the modern equivalent of Burning Abyss, and it's a rank 3 spamming tool. Yeah, I know the top card is like a level 6, but please put that in mind. So we got a new monster, a new spell, and a new trap for this deck, and they are amazing. Genuinely, if I would make some custom cards for this deck, these would be close to what I would have covered with myself. I managed to take 5th place at locals with this, so let's take a look. We're saying for our first new card, it's 2 copies of Gone Wild, or Badass Goblin Biker if you want a cooler name for this card. So this is a level 6 card that can be special, that can be normal summoned if I control no monsters or only goblins. And he's like a tour guide on summon, because he can summon level 4 little goblin from my deck. So basically this card is a sort of 1 card combo for the deck, and that he can get you to double the charger to get you one of your spells and combo from there. Now I'm playing this in addition to tour guide rather than replacing it, because this isn't a direct tour guide due to that level 6, meaning you can't go for your usual combo line with this alone. But one thing this card does do is it opens up a lot more XC's possibilities. He makes level 6s much easier to make, and with the continuous spell he opens the door for some level 9s. So it's for rank 9s. More on that in a bit. Also when he's destroyed, he can let one of your goblin monsters stuck up with a bronze monster. So that's pretty cool. For the old goblins we're playing 2 Sploder, 1 Big Mac, 1 Basilisk, and 3 Doug. So with this ratio, Doug's staying at 3 because with this he's now easy to get than ever. He can recur to keep searching out value to every turn, and he's one of our biggest beaters. We're playing 1 Mean Mercer because she's a tour guide target, so we don't really need more than that. Boom Mac is easy enough to get now, and I'm playing 2 Exploder because it's the best card we have out gaining recursion, because this card lets us get a goblin back from the graveyard during our opponent's summon during the opponent's turn. So during the opponent's turn we can detach material, summon this, get this back, get another goblin card, and keep fueling our board. Our Boom Mac is a good extender. That also means Archytpe isn't dead in our hand. Mean Mercer is technically a 1 card starter if you open another goblin. And of course Doug is going to get you anything in the deck to continue your combos. But our most important part in the goblins, the non-goblin level 3s. So we're playing triple tour guide. Yeah, this card is still amazing. Yes, the new card is technically a tour guide for the archetype, but tour guide at the level 3 means she's a 1 card combo for the deck by herself. One thing I'm not playing in this build anymore though is the Kagamucha Knights for space. With this card, a bit more vulnerable to hand traps, but it can also be good bait for hand traps with the new spell. And if you're opening up any of the other level 3 extenders, her being hand trapped isn't even that bad. Speaking of extenders, we're still playing the Terratop engine. This is the card that this is what we really want to open up with, because yes, the level 6 can be a good combo by itself, but we'd rather summon that from our second normal summon off of the continuous spell. This card in the hand, again, can be a 1 card combo because it summons this, gets this, special this, and then you can go into the rank 3 and do a full goblin combo from there. Also, again, like I said, with Boom Mac in the deck, that's easy to get out. Opening this is no longer a brick, especially not anymore with the new spell card, but you can just send this off the spell to get a goblin combo from there. Next up we have the Psychic engine. So 3 ATs to get all my Psychic cards. And by the way, this card is insane in this deck. It's a starter if you don't see any of your other openers, because you can just get one of the level 3s. It's an extender, and if you want to go out board, you can get another body on the board to carry on your combos. And it's a piece of interaction because you can get Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit off of it. I played this is especially good right now in my locals because a lot of people are playing the Fire King deck. So you can just pop the Fire King Island at an opportune time for them. Backing up this Psychic engine, we're balancing it with Tracker, Welder, and Yan Yan. These are just good extenders to open up with because they can summon themselves to the field to carry your combos. And Yan Yan is an extender that can recur itself. And they're also switched off the Italy, so that makes Italy a great way to extend your combos. Backing up the Ogre, we have 3 Ash Blossom. Now I've chosen to play 3 Droll over the Infect Veiler. The reason for this being that in my locals this is really good against most decks people are playing. And even if it doesn't end their turn, the fact that they can't get more resources into their hand means I can usually outgrind them in most games. And we're also playing 3 Imperm because it's a hand trap you can set from the deck that you can set, so it's probably the most flexible one and can pair nice with the utility for 2 pieces of disruption in addition to our usual board. For other spells, we have one rotor to get front of the way to get to Doug. We're still playing the Ghost Trick package, so I am keeping shots in the deck. I may cut this package, I'm not going to lie, but we'll see what happens with experimentation there. Then for the Goblin spells, we're playing 2 copies of the field spell, of the continuous spell. This card can give us an extra normal summon of goblins. It buffs their points by 200 for each goblin, which means it makes it much easier to win going second. And it also can either make 2 goblins the same level or add their levels together and make the level of that. So what this means is you can turn your level 6 Goblin Biker into a 3. You can do that, or you can turn into a 6 to get a rank 6 like Crazy Beast, or you can turn this level 3 Goblin into 9s, which means you can go into rank 9s, which we'll be talking about soon. Yeah, with the new card, this card's become a lot stronger because it basically gives you access to every card in your extra deck. We're playing 3 of the best card in the deck, the Rotor, Goblin Biker Grand Entrance. This is just Goblin Biker. It can give us extra normal summon if we've already got an XC on the field, and it can be a recursion in the graveyard, and it can do this all in one turn if you needed to, or do it over multiple turns. For example, you can go summon an XC, and then make another summon, do a full combo. If you need to get more resources to break a board or make a comeback, you banish it, you get your Doug back, and you can do a full combo from there. And now the best card in the deck right now, Grand Escape. So Grand Breakout. What does this card do? It lets you destroy a card on your side of the field and summon a goblin. The card can't attack, but who cares? We're using it for XC material. And you can also banish it from your graveyard to weaken opposing monsters by 1,000 for every XC material you touch from a goblin. So the battle phase effect can be used during damage step because it's using points, so it's hard to interact with. It can have you push through a lot of damage every second, but that first effect, oh my god. What that basically says is your deck is almost unhandtrappable. You can sacrifice this to it to guarantee your search for this goes through. You can pop this to get 2 level 3s on the board. You can do so much crazy stuff with this. Goblin Biker's biggest thing is always getting hand trapped, going first, like the first thing getting hand trapped and then getting stuck. And also this also deals with the other biggest problem with the deck, which is Nibiru. Yeah, it's not ideal, but if you get Nibiru, you can just use this on the Nibiru token, get another goblin, and possibly carry on your combos. So this card, like I said, it's a borderline custom card. It's great for the deck. And I think this is one of the main reasons I did so well with this deck at locals. Then we're finishing this off with 1 armor and one of the new trap, Grand Crisis. I've probably been playing Pile Up as well, but I couldn't find my copy for this event, so Pile Up is also a decent card. This also gives you access to one of the XCs and gives you a big monster to attack going second and protection going first. But this card, another custom card. This card turns all your goblins in the fields into karma cuts, then you banish them and a bonus monster, and all goblins in the graveyard into needy crows, then you banish them and a card in their graveyard. Also, but even more crazy, this card is also a soul charge, because if you have 5 banished goblins, you can pop this, and then boom, just bring them all back. So not only is this a great late game finisher if your normal game one doesn't work, it can also be a big middle finger to people playing Dimension Shifter. And if you just play as well as you can, then when the shifter wears off, if you break your board, you flip this, then right away, that's 5 goblins back on the field for a big comeback. Again, this and the spell have been absolutely insane. The monster's good too, but the spell in particular has made this deck so much stronger. I'll be honest, there aren't much changes with the extra deck because it's still pretty solid. Still took up as a big bonga to get searches and be a mule for a lot of goblin effects. Also, when combined with another kind of added to this extra deck, the suck up effect becomes a lot more powerful. Speaking of which, because we can access level 6s, we can play Crazy Beast much easier now. This card puts out floodgates by sucking at back row. It can help against decks like Labyrinth by making them either activate their traps at inopportune times or take them before they can be a threat. It's a good recursion and it's just a decent beta. We're still playing the Ghost Trick package, so 2 Mischief and 1 Alucard. You go Alucard into Mischief, get shot, bring Alucard back, get another Mischief, and then going first, that gives you easy access to the F0 line, which gives you a negate that steals an opponent's card, which take away resources, and going second is just 4k damage on board. We're also playing Gossip Shadow, which is our best answer to Nibiru. You can change any effect to both players draw 1 card, so again, ideally use it for Nibiru, or if you don't have a Nibiru, it's a good part of your M board, essentially another negate. And now here's my big tech for the deck. We're playing 1 Yarming Under and one Leviathan, the 2 generator XDs. Like I said, with the new Goblin monster, making rank 9s is not difficult in this deck at all. And with this card, you can now take 2 opponent's monsters and make the material for this. This will not only give you a 2k beta that can take out of the opponent's hand, it'll also then trigger your Big Bongo to take another one. So that's 3 pieces of removal that do not destroy or banish the opponent's cards, meaning the Bimage can't use them as resources until they out these monsters. Also, if you're going to keep in the field for a few turns, you can get a lot of material, making him the ideal Zeus target. Everyone's what Zeus does at this point. It's pretty much my break class and guess emergency in this deck, and I did that job really well at the event. And finally, we're playing the XT package: Torpedo, Fortress, and Lancer. Gives us card draw. Such does this trap, and then this can suck up the monsters, and just becomes a massive threat. So yeah, like I said, the extract didn't change that much because it didn't really need to. The extract is pretty good. However, you also play the Sky Base, the generator play, so cards of the opponent's hand. You can play more rank 6s. You can even put an Unchained package in here if you want to go into some links to play around D-Barrier. Also, the extract becomes so much more of a toolbox now with this new card. And this is the side I played for my locals, but it will probably change in the future. So rather than D-Shifter, I chose to play Dimensional Grounds going first. Again, this is because Shifter requires you to have an empty graveyard, so it's a dead draw after the first turn, whereas this can just be live throughout the games. This card I played this against mostly Viking Snake Eye and 2 Elements, and again, it also combos decently well with this because you can do your regular Goblin plays, let them get banished, then just Soul Challenge the next turn. Then we played 3 Nibiru. Didn't need to main this because a lot of decks I'm playing against locals are either control decks or heavy graveyard decks. However, there's some matchups where this absolutely destroys. And there's some times why do I bring in one of those to back up with 3 of this? Because even though we have ways around it now, Nibiru is still a big threat to this deck. So I used to bring in 3 of this and 1 of this to counter opposing Nibirus. You can also play a Shifter if you're worried about Shifter, but again with this, it's not as big a deal as it used to be. I play 1 copy of Espial Light. This is the one guy I brought in in case I'm worried about D-Barriers. It gives me something to do if I get D-Barriered. Again, I'm looking into playing an Unchained package in this deck, not with the new links level 6s. So I may add more links to the deck sometime in the future, but for now, this is my one way to get around D-Barriers. We're then playing 1 Pankratops as my going second choice, because I have a spare slot. Again, I'll probably be cutting out a couple of cards here and playing 3 evenly in the future, but this did come up once in my locals. 2 more Ghost Ogres. This was for the Viking matchups. I got one I can eat Heli, but sometimes you want this one as one of your mainline hand traps to pop Viking Island or something similar. And finally, the 2 cards I'll be cutting for evenly matches are Typical Tactics Talents. Never came up once. I think I would have just played 3 Teles and cut these 3, to be honest with you. Not 8 Teles, sorry. 3 Evenlies. And cut these for my Go Second cards. So yeah, that's Goblin Riders. Is it going to be meta? No. Will it be a much better rogue option with these new cards? I think so, yes. Thank you all for watching. The new Goku will be out at the end of the week. And then stay tuned for the Halloween videos and my anniversary videos because I got big plans. Thank you all for watching.